What's going on? What's going on, family? How are you guys doing? I'm super excited for today's event, ladies and gentlemen. Today's leadership call is going to be amazing, amazing, amazing. Y'all go right ahead and stay plugged in for me, and let's do this. Let's do this. What's so awesome? That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. This is going to be so powerful. How are y'all doing, family? How are you guys doing? Listen, buckle up for the ride. Let's go right in. Let's start this process as you hear this phenomenal speaker talking about it. I'm super excited about it. Super excited about today's call. Gear up, get your pen and your pads, and let's get you guys going. Let's be in gear. Let's do what needs to be done. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yes, yes, yes. Hold on. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you guys doing, man? How are you guys doing? I was there listening to Deanne. Are you guys feeling fantastic? Are you guys feeling awesome? We got people checking in from all over the world, guys, YouTube, all the different platforms, IG, everywhere. Folks are really just checking in. I'm super excited about today's call. I'm going to get to it, guys. Grab your pen and your pad. You know what we do on the Leadership Summit. We always have strategic conversations on this leadership summit. I'm fired up. I'm super excited. I'm pretty sure she told you guys, and when I get on, I always say tag a friend, tag a friend, and tag a friend. I believe this time of the year, I love it. It's the holiday season, right? Tis the season. I love this time of the year. But I believe sometimes we allow this time of the year to have us kind of, we're a little shift. There's some shift going on this time of the year. This time of the year, we allow other things to take hold of us, right? Take control of our direction, and then we no longer are ourselves because we're caught up in the vision that is being painted for us during this time of the year. And I kid you not, guys, I love this time of the year. 'Tis the season. Why do I love this time of the year? I love this time of the year because people in some facet are forced to be nice. If people are forced to be nice, people are forced to actually greet each other. On the norm, people may not be doing that. We've gone through so much as a whole, as a world, in all the things that's been going on. But even prior to that, people are normally a little rough around the edges leading up to this time of the year, and it really brings in a festive season for everyone. And I want you guys to hold on to that because that festiveness is what we need to hold on as we dive into this call today. And it's true. It's really important for you to understand not allowing someone's vision to catch you. You understand? You don't want to be caught up in someone's vision for you when you have a vision and can design a vision for yourself, right? Originally, the vision, the grace of the vision comes from your creator. And that is the only individual, the only power that should be gracing it. Anything else is going to lead you in the wrong way, right? You should be directed, you should be assisted, but you should not be told and orchestrated by someone else on your vision. So as we jump into this, guys, it leads me to the topic that I want to have. I was talking to my wife earlier, and we were talking about, okay, with the team, hey, so what do we want to talk about? And, we always have people write in from all over the world, or you guys will type in, email, whatever. Hey, these are some of the topics we want to discuss on the Leadership Summit. And this time of the year, I think it's so critical for us to have this dialogue right now. For us to have this particular dialogue. We talked about a lot of different things last week, guys. If you've caught the summit last week, we talked about followership. That was powerful. We talked about followership and a new meaning for you guys to understand what that really meant, right? And you can catch the summit, whether it be on my podcast, or whether you catch YouTube and get a snippets of the recording. But guys, you want to be able to show up here so that you can plug into a community, because the information that you will get, the information that you receive, you ought to receive it, apply it, so that it can be executed effectively and get the results that you're looking for. So what I want to talk about today, guys, you grab your pen and pad. If you're driving, well, then you just listen in. If you don't have a pen and pad, you got your phones, then that's fine. Type it in your notes section. I want to talk about thinking. Topic is thinking is a skill that needs to be exercised. Thinking is a skill that needs to be exercised. I want to make sure that you guys understand that, because it's so key. I just talked about being caught up in someone else's vision, right? Being caught up in someone else's vision for you. Thinking is a skill, right, that needs to be exercised. My scholars, you guys taking notes, make sure you're taking notes. Okay? See, thinking skills are the mental activity you use to process information. Say that again. Thinking skills are the mental activities you use to process information, make connections, make decisions, and create new ideas. I want you to understand that. See, you use thinking skills when you try to make sense of experiences, solve problems, make decisions, ask questions, make plans, or organize information. Use thinking skills then, right? So then it leaves us, as we go into this, so you have a deep understanding, everybody has thinking skills. Everybody has thinking skills. But here's the part right now. But not everyone use them effectively. I want to make sure you guys understand that. See, everybody has thinking skills, but not everyone use them effectively. See, effective thinking skills are developed over a period of time. Effective thinking skills. See, good thinkers see possibilities where others see only obstacles or roadblocks. If you found yourself in that lane, go ahead and put a check on your book. Just go ahead and say me. Go ahead and say me. I said good thinkers see possibility where others see obstacles and roadblocks, guys. Good thinkers are able to make connections between various factors. Need you to understand that. And they're able to tie those various factors together. That's what a good thinker does. That's what they do. Okay? They're also able to develop new and unique solutions to problems. See, I'm moving real slow at the pace right now because this is extremely important for you guys to understand. See, thinking refers to the process, or I like to say process, of creating a logical series of connective facets between items of information. I'll say that again so you guys will get that. I said thinking refers to the process of creating a logical series of connective facets between items and information. Okay? Other times, thinking just happens automatically. And we all go through that, right? You just say, oh my God, I just can't stop thinking. So much is going on in my head. Oh my God, well, this is what's going on. Other times, thinking just happened. Like around this time of the year, some of you might go through that. Oh, there's so much happening. I want to do this. I want to do that. I can't understand why this is not happening, right? However, there are times when you consciously think. And that is what we're going to be talking about. That is what we're going to be talking about. There's times when you consciously think. It may be about how to solve a problem when you consciously think, or make a decision. Okay? See, thinking enables you to connect and integrate new experiences in your existing understanding and perceptions of how things are. Existing understanding and perceptions of how things are. So we're going to really go deep today because it's key for us to really understand. Deanne talked about thoughts become things. But see, thinking is a skill. So we got to direct our thoughts that will become things. Or else we're gonna get some things that we don't really want. I don't know if y'all following me right now. But I'm hoping you following, right? I'm hoping you following. See, the simplest thinking skills are learning facts and recall. You know what I mean? The simplest thinking skills. While higher order of skills include analysis, somebody thinking on that level, synthesis, problem solving, evolution, right? Thinking skills, right? These are all different levels of thinking skills. See, then there's core thinking skills. There's core thinking skills. What do I mean when I say core thinking skills, right? These thinking skills are cognitive operations. That core thinking skill is a cognitive operation or a process that are the building blocks of thinking. For my scholars, guys, cognitive, I always tell you guys, Google is your best friend. Most of us, we don't look at an encyclopedia anymore. Some of us don't even know what an encyclopedia is, right? Or let alone a dictionary to go and say, and grab the book. I said that core thinking skill are cognitive operations or processes, right? That are the building blocks of thinking. So that means then we're going to talk about several core thinking skills. And these several core thinking skills, they're made up of a few things. Now, I would like my team, there is a graph that I want to really just kind of show you guys as we're talking about this, right? Now, some of you, when you guys get a recording, we'll put the graph on there because depending on where you guys are in the world, but for those who are through this particular media, there's a graph I want to show you guys. As I said, there are several core thinking skills, including focusing, organizing, analyzing, evaluating, and generating. Okay? There's these core thinking skills. Now, if my team can go right ahead and share it, then you guys will see exactly the layout. You take a screenshot of it. I liked how it looked a while ago. It was pretty blown up on the screen, but take a screenshot of it, understanding exactly what I'm showing to you guys, right? Right? Just look at that. These are several. I'm giving you a few things right here, right? Focusing, organizing, analyzing, evaluating, right? And generating. Now, let's talk about focusing, right, for a second. You guys get a screenshot of that. You get the screenshot. I'll remove it off the screen. Just kind of want you guys to grab a screenshot of that so that you guys will have the picture when you're actually writing in your text and you're actually labeling your notes. You're able to do it effectively, right? So, as a thinker, when you're focusing, what is focusing about? And we have these strategic conversation. I love to hear what you guys think. You can type in on the chat. It's always good to hear from you all. Focusing. When you're focusing, attending to selected pieces of information while ignoring other stimuli, meaning while ignoring other things that is coming, right? So there's a highway and you're flying. All these cars on the highway. You might be on the I-10 or you might be in I-95 or whatever it is. There's all these cars. Give you an example. But now you're honed in, you're focusing. So that focus style of thinking, you're attending at that point to selected pieces of information while ignoring the others. Then you have remembering. Because there's a few that I put in here. Then you have remembering, storing, and then retrieving information. And you should be writing these things down for those who can write. Remembering, storing, and then retrieving information. These are all part of the thinking as we're discussing. I have another one that I put there. I said gathering. Gathering. Bringing to the conscious mind the relative information needed for cognitive processing. You heard that? Bringing to the conscious mind the relative information. Now, let me ask you this. Do you know what the conscious mind is? Type it in the chat, guys. Type it in the chat. Are you aware of what the conscious mind is? Type it in the chat. I want to know who's actually here paying attention, who has been paying attention, showing up on this summit. I want to know. I'm going to actually check the chat because normally my team is checking the chat, but I want to know. I want to know, what are you guys talking about? I want to know where you guys are. Okay? Do you know your conscious mind? All right? Because see, a lot of us, we're so caught up in what we hear or what someone says, but we don't really know. We don't really know. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure you understand that I said when you're gathering, that thought process, you're thinking, when you're gathering, I said it brings to the conscious mind. I want to see people, well, I'm looking at this chat. I want to really know, guys. I really want to know. Today is really a dialogue that I want to have with you guys. Right? You got two minds, ladies and gentlemen. You have a conscious and a subconscious mind. You got a conscious and a subconscious mind. And every day you yap away and every day you go outside or you interact with someone or the things you think of or speak or whatever's coming right in, it's coming, right? The smell, that hearing, that seeing, it's coming to the conscious mind. The first line of defense is the conscious mind, right? The first line of defense is the conscious mind. Now, we're not discussing the depth of conscious and subconscious, but I need to know that you guys understand what your conscious mind is. Give you some homework for those who may not fully understand. I need you to research and study a little bit on your conscious mind. I don't want you to hear it and just say, oh, I got that. That's right. No, I need you to do that research so that when we're having a dialogue, you're able to say, yes, I am with you. So when you're gathering in that thought process, you're bringing to the conscious mind the relative information needed for cognitive processing. So that means you're bringing the information that is relative right now, information that you need to process right now. Then there's organizing. Write it down, ladies and gentlemen. Then there's organizing. Then there's organizing. Then there's organizing. Organizing, arranging information so it can be used more effectively. Ooh! See, this is all with your thinking skills. So I'm hoping you might be hearing this, and some of you are saying, okay, where is this going? And if you said that, think about yourself when you were a child and you were watching, what's that show, Scooby-Doo? Is it weird? Or one of the other cartoons, where did you go? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Thinking. It's a skill. So now we're talking about thinking being a skill and that it should be exercised. So, well, if it's a skill, Boston, then why am I thinking all the time? Well, I just explained that to you. I just explained that you will be thinking a whole lot of different things. But then there is conscious thinking, where now you're honed in. So this is why I'm breaking these things down to you. I said now you're organizing, arranging information so it can be used effectively. Now, as I showed you that chart a while ago, I'll talk about analyzing. Analyzing. You should write it down. Analyzing. Analyzing. The mind has to analyze. How? Breaking down information by examining. You need to hear that. Breaking down information by examining parts and relationship. Ooh! Breaking down information by examining parts and relationship so that its organizational structure may be understood. Ooh! I don't think some of y'all hearing me. That might be too deep. I'm going to say it again. See, you might start saying, I'm so analytical. What is my problem? Sometimes I just can't let it go. See, now you're going to understand the depth of why that thought process might have been effective for that thing and when it's not effective for something. So when I'm saying analyzing, it says breaking down information. So there's information coming in. Anything coming in a formation, it's coming inside from somewhere. Either your eyes are seeing it, your ears are hearing it, you're smelling it, you taste it. It's breaking down, right? You're breaking down information by examining parts and the relationship. Ooh, see, that's what's so good. Because when we hear relationship, some of us, we done took relationship and put it into, I'm holding my baby's hand walking down the street. See, information coming in has a relationship with each other. Ooh. See, things that you hear has a relationship with each other because depending on what you are hearing, these things are rubbing together or may not mesh together. So what your mind, your analytical mind is doing is breaking down information by examining its parts of that information and the relationship so it's organizational. That whole concept, its organizational structure may be understood. So you got to understand the organizational structure. And that goes, ladies and gentlemen, whether it be a child that's in school, whether it be an adult in a job, whether it's you moving from supervisor to managerial, whether it's you owning your own business, whether it's you deciding that you want to build an organization of affiliates. But guess what? You got to understand those parts, breaking down that information, examining the parts. So for some of you who might be, oh my God, I'm so analytical. Well, now you will get some clarity. But see, there's more. The next one is connecting. See, you can't analyze and don't know how to connect. The next one is connecting, making connections between related items or piece of information. Woo. See, I don't think y'all ready. Y'all ain't ready for today. Y'all ain't ready. See, y'all ain't ready for today. See, here's the thing. Ladies and gentlemen. You just organized. You're analyzing. But see, you have to connect. See, everything is a piece of the puzzle. There's not one without the other. There's not, oh, well, I do this. Well, guess what? You have to learn how to do this, this, and this. What am I talking about? Early, I jumped on live. I said, listen, ladies and gentlemen, there is a process. There is a process. You get from your lower level floor to your top floor by taking a staircase. Okay? If you got an elevator in the house, hey, it's still a process, right? But guess what? You got to go step by step, but you got to conquer all those stairs to get to the top. You got to conquer all those stairs to get to the top. So now you're connecting, making connections between related items or piece of information. It's one of the thinking skills. Now that's amazing because when you start looking at all that I've said to you guys already, I want to make sure you understand. I said, we kicked in and we said, focusing. You got to focus. I said, remembering. We talked about remembering. I said, gathering, right? Then you're organizing. Then you're analyzing. Then you're connecting. Now, here's the thing, guys. Here's the kicker. Now, there's integrating. There is integrating. Isn't that big? There is integrating, connecting, and combining information to better understand the relationship between the information. Ooh, Jesus. Now, y'all, oh, look. See, this is so key and it's so critical, especially for this time of the year. It's for always. But you see, this time of the year, every time it comes in to the holidays, we get lost. People, we get lost. We get lost in what we think we need to spend. We get lost in the sales. Oh, they got some good sales. You know, I heard one of my business partners spoke earlier talking about, oh, there's another TV on sale. I was laughing when I heard that this morning. Why? Because every year we want to buy a new television. Hold on, the TV that you just bought is not good. The TV you bought 5 months ago is not good. Well, you know, they just got this Black Friday sale, or they just got this XYZ, and you know, the Christmas sales are so good. Enticement. Enticement is so powerful. Isn't that amazing? Enticement is so powerful. You said, wow, he's saying it's amazing. Yes. Enticement is so powerful. I want y'all to think about that for a second as we're talking about thinking. This is why I need your mind to work. Enticement is so powerful because you can be enticed to get up out of your bed and you will be so tired. You were working 16 hours. But because the vision is being painted on what you are constantly allowing in your ear gate, what you're allowing in your eye gate, what you're allowing people to come into your space and talk about, and now you're like, ooh. When you should be in a process of building the blocks, you're tearing down the foundation because you believe it's bringing satisfaction within this time of the year. And that's a process that we repeat over and over and over. Guys, if you guys with me, go ahead and put 10 in the chat. If you're with me, go ahead and put 10 in the chat. If you are with me, go ahead and put 10 in the chat. I want to know where you guys are calling in from. You guys on Facebook, YouTube, go ahead, let me know. Say, I'm with you. Say, I'm with you. Because see, integrating, ladies and gentlemen, integrating, connecting, and combining information to better understand the relationship between the information. It's so good. It's so good because you got to integrate. See, some of you might say, well, you know, my buddy is a tech guy. He's one of them IT guys. He knows all of these different things, computer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your brain is the greatest processor. Your brain is the greatest processor. So maybe you ought to start speaking the language so that you will understand that your thinking skills need to be sharpened up. We need to be deliberate and intentional because thoughts become things. And we don't want the wrong things because that's all we've been getting. So we got to integrate. Now, the next one is compiling. The next one is compiling. We've integrated, compiling. The next one is compiling, ladies and gentlemen. Putting parts together. We're talking about compiling. Putting parts together to form a whole or building a structure or pattern from diverse elements. I'll say that again because I might have lost some of y'all. Compiling. Now you're compiling. You're getting all this information. You're focused. You're analyzing. You're connecting. Guess what? You're compiling. This is all that happens in the brain, ladies and gentlemen. And it's so powerful when you learn how to be intentional. that you can demand all things. Compiling, putting parts together to form a whole. See, you're putting parts together to form a whole, or building a structure or pattern from diverse elements. Did I lose y'all, or y'all with me? If you're with me, put one in the chat. If you're with me, put one in the chat. If you're with me, put one in the chat. If you're with me, put one in the chat, because I need to make sure that you guys are understanding when I'm saying compiling, because the information is so powerful that's coming in, or that you're letting in. But if we know how to control, if we understand that thinking is a skill, then guess what? We're no longer following in line with someone's vision that they have for us. We're falling in line with our own vision. And at that point, if it's in alignment with a vision someone has, then it can only go higher. The next one is generating. It's the last one right there, generating. Generating. The next one is generating. Producing new information. Now, before I continue generating, this is so good because I need you guys to understand something. You have now taken in all this stuff. Give you a full example. Your friend walks up to you and your friend gives you a whole mouthful of everything that's going on. You try to be a positive person every day. I'm happy and grateful now that I'm wealthy. I'm happy and grateful now that I'm a multi-billionaire. I'm happy and grateful now that I've been given the grace to serve. I'm happy and grateful now that this supervisor position is now beneath me because I am the manager. You're so happy and grateful. And then someone walks up to you and they give it to you. Girl, I can't stand this place. Oh my gosh, you know what they did with me? Oh, my check was short. Oh my this, oh my that. And before you cut it down, you did everything that we just talked about. You were focusing. As you get the information, you start remembering, oh, what have they done for me? What did they do to me before? So now you're gathering. And in your gathering, you start organizing. And as you're organizing, you start analyzing, because now you're analyzing all this situation that's going on. Then you start connecting the pieces that you are creating in your mind. And then from the connecting the pieces, you start integrating and compiling. And once you integrate and you compile, then you start to evaluate. And guess what, guys? Remember I said generating? Now, after you did all of that, this person done came into your happy space, your happy place. Now you start generating. And when I said generating is producing new information, ideas, products, or ways of viewing things. Woo! Producing new information, ideas, products, or ways of doing things. So now after you've allowed that person to come in and plant a seed and germinate that seed, now all this you've gone through, and after all, you now, who was in, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm no longer the supervisor, it's beneath me, and I'm now the manager. Now you're generating and producing new information. So now guess what you did? Instead of shutting it down, you now fell in line with their vision and start producing information. Girl, you know what? You are absolutely right. Matter of fact, they don't even know I'm going to be turning in my resignation. Well, hold on a minute. A while ago, you were happy and grateful that the supervisor position was beneath you and the managerial position was yours. So what are you doing? What are you doing? Because you allowed someone else's thought to come in, and thoughts become things. And that is a thing that you did not want, but now you have allowed yourself. And here's what happened. The outcome, then later we say, I can't believe she is such a terrible person. No, she's not a terrible person. Who is the terrible person? Who allowed it? Somebody type it in the chat for me. Who allowed it? Who allowed it? who allow the invasion of their space. This is extremely important for you to understand. Now, there is classification and types of thinking, guys. There's classification and types of thinking. And, you know, I have another screenshot I want you guys to look at real quick. I want you guys to look at the screenshot. You can take a screenshot of it. Go ahead and look at that, and you can take a screenshot. Let me know if you got your screenshot once it comes up. There are classification, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. There's classifications, right? There's classifications. Need you to look at that. There's classifications and types of thinking. Classifications and types of thinking. Go ahead and screenshot that, okay? There are classifications and types of thinking, right? Classifications and types of thinking. I want to talk about that for a second because it's so key when we're talking about the depth of thinking as a skill and it should be exercised. There is convergent or analytical thinking. Convergent and analytical thinking. What does that do? What does that mean? See, that's bringing facts and data. Convergence and analytical thinking, bringing facts and data together from various sources, and then applying logic and knowledge to solve problems or to make informed decisions. That's big, guys. That's big. If you were writing, I'll say what I said a while ago. I'll go ahead and say it again. I said the convergent or analytical thinking, it brings facts and data together from various sources, and then applying logic and knowledge to solve problems or to make informed decisions. That's what that convergent or analytical thinking does. That's what it do. That's exactly, we were talking about that. Then, as you look at that slide that you're looking at, there's divergent thinking. There's divergent thinking. Breaking a topic apart to explore its various components and then generating new ideas and solutions. Now, I'll pause there and go in so you guys have a broad view to understand. I'll pause there if you guys have a broad view to understand. Most of you are trying to take your life to another level. And that is what I would hope for you as well, that you're trying to take your life to another level, that you're trying to elevate from whether it be the job that you're in to another job, the seat or the supervisor chair, the managerial chair, to being the COO or CFO. You may have a company and you don't know how things are working or what needs to be done. You may be going an organization. Your full knowledge and understanding that you know exactly what needs to happen starts with you knowing that thinking is a skill. If you work daily, because everything is a process, right? It's a process. If you work daily at becoming a conscious, critical thinker, then the things you're trying to accomplish, the levels you're trying to get to, they will seem as if they're just hurdles that you're leaping over fast, faster, faster, faster. Now, why? Why didn't you bump your feet and fall? It is because the more you practice, perfect practice of your thinking skills, the more your desire is birthed. Because the more the desire is steaming in you, it becomes burning. And a burning desire that was conceived through the thought that you have will surely bring forth greatness of what you're expecting because you have tailored it in your thoughts. Are you guys with me? Type 10 in the chat if you're with me. Type 10 in the chat if you're with me. So you got to understand, when I said convergent and analytical thinking, bringing facts and data together, it is key for you to understand that I'm telling you that there's also divergent thinking, breaking a topic apart to explore its various components. So you might be hearing something like some of you now. If you practice thinking, then you might be hearing this. And guess what? You break the topic apart to explore various components and then generating new ideas for yourself, for your business. Oh, wow, I heard Mr. Boston said XYZ on the Leadership Summit. Well, I like that. Let me look at that effectively. Let me take it and place it here on the wall. Let me write down every meaning. Let me look at the syllables. Let me understand where this word was going. What is the relationship with breaking a topic apart and then various components? What is the relationship with them? So that I can better understand how to lead me, so that I can better understand how critical thinking works, so that when I get to my team, whether it be that I'm working as a supervisor at someone's company, whether it be that I'm in an affiliate program or I'm a boss having people working under my organization, now I know what to do. So you got convergent and analytical thinking, you got divergent thinking, then you have critical thinking. You have critical thinking, ladies and gentlemen. Critical thinking is analysis and evaluation of information, beliefs, or knowledge. See that? See, some people, but I'm just a critical thinker. Well, I got news for you. There's a whole component. You just want to be a slice of the pie, when there's a whole component that you can be your own pie. So you will understand the full circumference. You will understand the nuances. Critical thinking, generation of new ideas, breaking from established. Listen, think about this, right? You got the critical thinking, analysis, evaluation of the information. Then you got creative thinking. And I know there's a lot of creatives on this call. I know there's a lot of creatives that's out here. A lot of people say, yeah, I'm a creative. What does that creative mind does? What does it do? What does a creative mind do? If I got to think about my wife being a critical thinker and what she's a creative, in all that, the components, she's also a creative, right? So that's why I said generation of new ideas. Creatives are always coming up with ideas, generation of new ideas, breaking from established thoughts. See that? New ideas, but it's breaking from established thoughts. Why? Because creative thinkers are always living in their mind. A creative thinker is always living in their mind. That is why it is generation of new ideas, but it was from an established thought, theories, rules, or procedures. It was already established. Because they didn't get it new, whether it's information that was already done and research and put down, or if it's something that's intuitive, if something inside of them, they have already gone through the process. And it was established, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is so powerful for you to understand. So now I want you to ask yourself, because this is definitely a series that I want to push a little further as I bring on guests as well, because it makes so much sense, especially to hear from the different viewpoint of others in the community. I want you to think about yourself. What type of thinker, what type of person do you believe you are? Where do you see yourself? As to some of the things I discussed. Are you a critical thinker? You believe you're creative. I talked about divergent thinking. breaking down the topics, the parts, to explore the various components. Where are you? Okay. Are you one of the convergent and analytical thinker? Where are you? Because see, here's the thing. Wherever you are, I am seeking and sending to you now that you need to learn the other components. You need to learn the other components. See, if we understand the other components that would make the pie whole, then we will be better to understand dealing with those that come into our presence. We will be better understand how to be effective when building our business, when launching our business. We would understand people, because as you are on this call, you're out at your job, we're all in the people business, because no one exists for just themselves without people, because you cannot be an island standing by yourself as a human being. So you first got to understand. So when I hear people tell me, I don't like people, I always smile. I said, how about you rephrase that? Be very mindful what you say. Because these words got power and thoughts become things. So you got to be mindful. I don't like people. Really? Who told you that? Who gave you that scenario? Who gave you those words, that framework for you to say, I don't like people? Who came up with that framework? I want you to think about it. See, it's best for you to understand that I have not really learned to deal with the masses where it's comforting for me. So I find that I stay to myself a little bit more. See, we got to be very mindful, because see, the same person that I don't like people, turn around a year or 2 or 3 later, they're doing something where they're like, oh my gosh, things have changed. And oh my God, I just got all these people around me and I just love having them. That is because you just didn't know. So now you need to be taught. So in the process of being taught, there's a lot of things that we must do. So we got to do this. We got to be slow to speak. We got to be less reactive. So we got to listen to understand instead of listening to react. How many of you have already been in the presence of individuals like that, where you share an idea or you're sharing an idea, but you can feel the energy or see it on their countenance that they can't wait for you to be done because they're ready to react? If you've experienced that, go ahead and put 7 in the chat. If you've experienced that, where you're talking, you're sharing it, but they're ready to react. Instead of being humble so that they can then process. See that, guys? So that they can process, they can understand what it means to use thinking as a skill. So that they can compile the information, putting the parts together to form the whole, instead of ready, set it off. That is why we're having this conversation today. That is why we're talking about it. Thinking is a skill, and it should be exercised. It is imperative that we exercise thinking, ladies and gentlemen. It is imperative that we know that we need to do the things that needs to be done and exercise thinking. One of the things you want to do, express yourself in multiple and multiply. Express yourself in multiple mediums. That's one of the things. If you're talking about how do you exercise thinking, express yourself. Express yourself in multiple mediums. I'm not going to go into the depth of it right now because we're going to do another segment, right? These are some of the exercise. Critical thinking exercise. Critical thinking exercise. Express yourself in multiple mediums. Okay? Express yourself in multiple mediums. You want to be able to do that, guys. Understand and challenge your biases. You should write it down. Understand and challenge your biases. See? Because a lot of us, we're affected by cognitive biases. Understand and challenge your biases. The next thing, you want to exercise it. Work backwards. Work backwards. Work backwards. Working on a problem backwards can help you see things you might have otherwise ignored. See that? Things you might have ignored. Same thing with listening to that person. See, I go into the Word, the good book that I study. And that's why I can tell you with Proverbs, just be slow to speak and quick to listen. You hear these things and you say, well, I don't know what that means. Well, then I can take it to the Word and bring you back to the book so you have full understanding of why he talked about be slow to speak and quick to listen. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me be real with you guys. Let me be real with you guys. See, that good book, there's so much power in its living word that if we utilize it, we'll understand how critical thinking is. See, Proverbs 13 says, a wise son heareth his father's instruction, but a scorner heareth not rebuke. What instruction are you hearing and taking heed to instead of being ready to respond and cause catastrophe in your life? Notice what I said, in your life. Because it's not going to be caused in the individual that you feel you might get boisterous with. It's going to be caused in your life. The strife, the challenges, the roughness that you're going to start experiencing, all because you didn't understand thinking is a skill. All because you became reactive. You didn't listen to understand the depth so that you will be able to be effective. So I said work backward. The next one I'll give you guys is ask other people to explain their thought process. Ask other people to explain their thought process. Ask other people to explain their thought process. This is key for you all to understand. I want to make sure that you are with me. Ask them. Talk to other people about whatever problems you're trying to solve. So if you're in a business, if you have a team, you own the company, this is why there is at companies at the top, there's a corporate group. Because if the CEO knows all things, then the company is going to fail. The CEO will be knowledgeable, but he will surround him or herself with those that are even more knowledgeable. So it's together each accomplish more, not I, not me. It's we and us, right? So you got to understand the process of thinking. I'll give you another one. Guys. Expose yourself to new content and new creators. Expose yourself to new content and new creators, right? Expose yourself. Get out of your comfort zone. Expose yourself to new type of content, new creators. Get out of the comfort zone. You know what I mean? You're a writer, but you want to sit in your home. You got to expose yourself and get to know new people, get to meet other authors, right? You said that you decided that you wanted to open up a business where you're helping people in tech. Well, you got to get out and get to those tech events, right? Because if you live inside your own head, coming up with your own ideas, but it's no longer or not even being projected to where someone can see it and understand or be critical about it, that will give you some insight. And guess what? You would just be stuck in the space going around and around and around. I'm hoping you guys are following me today. Because I realize that this is so needed in this season. This season that we're in, it is so needed. When my wife said it, I was blown away. When she said it, I was blown away. I was like, okay. She asked me, she said, okay, what is your topic? Who all written in and what did they say? What is your topic for the call? And the topic came to mind outside of all that the individuals write in on, while I was in my early 5 a.m. challenge, something I was listening to that was soothing to my soul really gave me, said, no, we need to speak on this. We need to speak on this. But here's the thing. I want to tell you how thinking is a skill and how powerful it is with thoughts becoming things. Because listen to this really good. Listen to this really good. We were not in the same place. We are not even currently on the same continent. But the power of thinking, what came to mind that I thought of, I want y'all to understand. I thought of it. I didn't say it out loud. I thought of it. And once she reached out to then say XYZ and asked the question, and I said, this was the thought. She said, this is what you do. And I said, wow, this is powerful. So most of you are in a situation that you are longing for greatness or change. But what you're doing at this time of the year, instead of stretching yourself and expanding with greatness, you're contracting and falling into someone else's vision. Some of you right now, you're doing double time, overtime, triple time, because you want to catch them sales. You don't want to miss out on anything, because you got to get them sales. You got to get it. You just got to get it. You start hitting your hand. You know when it's real when somebody start talking and they hit their hands? You guys know what it is when somebody's really talking and they say, you don't understand. Every word is going, you don't understand. It's real. It's real. I don't know how some of y'all grow up, because when I grew up, and if my mom was talking and it got real, when she starts saying, boy, you did not come in this house at the time I told you, I already knew it was problems. I already knew it was problems. See, so some of y'all right now, where you should be expanding, you should be stretching yourself, you should have your purpose driven. You should already know that we're in the last stretch. We're in the last stretch, and the last stretch is where greatness shows out. See, this is where I'm going. The last stretch, ladies and gentlemen, is where greatness shows out. And have you ever watched the race when they're sprinting? Have you ever watched the race when you watch track and field? You ever watch the race when they take off? They take off with vigor and power. But somewhere along, maybe coming into halfway of the distance, more power is formed. And then when they start getting down to the bottom is when you start hearing the noise, because that's when the energy surge. That's when the alignment comes in. That's when everyone is saying, I know and I see where I need to be, and this is what will happen. Thoughts become things. Thinking is a skill. How are you exercising? How are you exercising? How are you exercising that which you think about? Are you thinking in the wrong way and exercising in the wrong way because you lack the knowledge to understand that thinking is a skill? So you're allowing the regular process of thinking to take hold of you, and then you're getting negativity, and you constantly say, nothing works for me. Nothing works for me. Things are just happening the same way over and over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Because why? You're allowing the natural process, because you did not understand or do not understand intent with thinking. You do not understand intent with thinking, ladies and gentlemen. And if you understand intent with thinking, then you will be effective at thinking. You got to understand. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth. That's what Proverbs said. That same Proverb 13, verse 2. You got to listen. It's in your face. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth. It's so powerful. And then if you lack the thinking, it then said, for those, see what I broke down to you with thinking is a skill, it then said in the same sentence, it says, But the soul of a transgressor shall eat violence. So when you hear that, some people, oh, what does that mean? But the soul of a, oh my God, they start running around, these crazy people with the Bible. Miss the fact. The soul of the transgressor shall eat violence, meaning you shall lead yourself into your own valley because you're allowing people, their vision, the autopilot of thinking, to bring destruction instead of being intentional. Instead of being intentional, and instead of being able to focus, and instead of understanding that you have the concept, you are the one that can change the whole game. You can change it. No one can change it but you. You have the control. You set the expectations. It's always you. It's always been you, ladies and gentlemen. It's always you, and it's always been you. So you have the power. You have the power to create the change. You have the power to take it to another level. You have the power. That is why I said to you guys, focusing, remembering, gathering, organizing, analyzing, connecting, integrating, compiling, evaluating, and generating. This is my word for you guys today. I will definitely have some amazing individuals that's going to join me on a continuation of this topic because this is so necessary. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge you guys as we look at this year, I don't want you to believe and not understand when I say 'tis the season. It's a joyful time. It's a time to give, but it's not a time to be lost in your concept of what you believe giving is. Because see, you really already know what giving is because it's all inside of you, but because you're not thinking, you're not practicing, and you understand this, showing up for practice. People say practice makes perfect. I said, no, perfect practice makes perfect. So don't show up. Don't start saying, I'm thinking. No, you got to perfect the thought process. That is what perfect practice is, because perfect practice will allow the desire that was actually inputted and created to become that flame. And once it becomes that flame, what you seek will multiply tenfold. So as we finish the race, counting down for a new beginning, you hear that? Finish the race, counting down for a new beginning. Understand that there will always be a race. There will always be a race because for every level, there is going to be a race. But are you equipping yourself? Are you preparing? Because your greatest power lies here. What are you inputting? What are you thinking? What are you saying? We have to be mindful and understand that thinking is truly a skill. So guys, I want y'all to go ahead and drop in the chat from wherever you guys are calling in from. Drop in the chat what you guys want to hear. What you guys want to hear about. What are some of the teachings? What do you guys want to hear us talk about on the Leadership Summit? What do you guys want to hear? Type it in the chat. Ideas that you guys may have. My team will definitely take screenshots and they will get with us to let us know what do you guys want to hear. I'm so excited about this topic because I know that it's one that's so in alignment with my wife, and I would love it. There's two particular subject that she will be speaking on along with others that we are going to talk about because it's so powerful. If you guys have missed before some time back when she did part 2 of Introvert, which was so powerful, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely this is going to be one that she's going to speak on, and some other individuals as well. There's going to be so much power in this because thinking, the skill of thinking, got her the accolades that she's acquired, got her to the level in her life that she needed to achieve. And that happened at a very young age, even when she didn't know what it was. until she learned what it was. Thinking is a skill, guys. Thinking is a skill. So I see someone wrote in here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We're going to go ahead, guys. Anyone else who want to really just kind of type in the chat, what are some of the things you guys want us to talk about? We will definitely go ahead and research, do the studies, and we will get to you guys. This is really what it's about. So much love for you guys. So much energy. I want to send you guys into a week of greatness. I want to send you guys into a week of power. I want to send you guys into a week of energy. Let energy begot you. Let energy fall on you. Let covering begot you. Let covering keep you. Wherever you walk, it will be territory for greatness. Whenever you show up, whatever that is there that is not for you, it will vanish. Your thoughts will project greatness. When you step, the greatness of the earth will open up for you. If you're a part of an organization and the tree needs shaking to open up for goodness, you would be that person that will get the goodness. So I send you out this week with energy and power, with flame and greatness, covering and understanding who you are, but most importantly, whose you are. I, Mr. Boston, say much blessings, peace and love to all of you guys. I want you guys to crush it this week. I want you guys to love on individuals this week. Go ahead and reach out to my team. You guys can reach us on Facebook at Mr. Boston. You can reach us on IG, Beige in Boston, Miss Beige, Original Boston. You can get us on Clubhouse, Original Boston, YouTube, wherever you guys want to reach out to us at and type in what are your concerns, what are some of the things you want us to talk about, what are some of the things you want to know. We do have, ladies and gentlemen, we do have at the beginning of the year, we're starting off the year with power. We have the business of branding retreat. My wife and I were doing a phenomenal 20 individual shut-in. Guys, that's a very limited situation. Very limited. Because what she decided to do was, as we talked about thinking being a skill, she decided to pour into 20 individuals personally, not giving you textbook, but textbook with application, use case, that you will see the results instantly. You do not want to miss the business of branding retreat. It's January 8th and 9th. Guys, lock your tickets in, lock your bed in, because we're there for 2 days. It's going to be phenomenal, guys. There's going to be masseuses, there are going to be facials, there are going to be music, there's going to be chef. It's going to be amazing. You do not want to miss the business of branding retreat. I'm telling you, I'm just excited. I'm excited for all the great things that's about to happen. I'm like, okay, I got to teach, but guess what? I have these amazing people that's going to be there teaching, but guess what? I need to go get the pampering. I need to be around you all. I need to pull from some of your energy. This is amazing. So guys, if you want to be a part of that, go to brandandbankit.com. My team can type it in the chat. It's brandandbankit.com. Brand, ANDBANKIT.com. brandandbankit.com. brandandbankit.com. Go ahead and lock your space in. You do not want to miss this retreat. It's going to be powerful. Don't let people show you all what's about to happen on IG because you weren't there. Because again, you stretch yourself thin with the vision of the holidays and not your vision of success to create generational wealth. So remember, it starts now. If you feel it's not in the budget, it's already in the budget if you need it. But if you continue to allow that which you've conceived to germinate, then guess what? You will continue to repeat your vicious cycle. So I challenge you guys, go to brandandbankit.com. I would love to see a lot of you in the building. Much love, much love, much love. Love you guys very much. You guys have a phenomenal evening. Thank you for joining the Leadership Summit today. We love you guys. You guys be blessed.